Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Today's video is on Retin A for anti-aging, how it works and why I use it. Now, as most of you probably have heard, Retin A is considered the gold standard of anti-aging topical treatments. And I started using Retin A about 2.5 years ago when I started my journey into anti-aging. I had recently passed my 50th birthday and I felt like my skin definitely needed a lot of help because I had done a ton of sun damage to it when I was a teenager growing up in the 70s. So I wanted to see if this topical treatment that everyone said was so great really was, and if I could reverse some of that sun damage and have my skin look a little more youthful. So after a couple of false starts using too high of a strength and putting it on too frequently and all that stuff that people do, and quitting and then starting and quitting again, I finally learned how to apply it properly so that I could use it over the long term. And I was amazed at the results that I had. I've actually done a number of videos on my results, and if you'd like to see any of those videos from 3 months all the way up to 2 years, I'll put the links here, but I'll also list them in the information box below the video. Just click on that little show more button down there and the box will open and there will be links to all of my other Retin A videos. The other thing that I'm putting in the information box below the video is links to some of the studies that I looked at for the information for this. You know, I'm not a scientist. I'm just kind of boiling it down into layman's terms and wrapping it up in a nice little pretty package for you guys to understand. So what is Retin A? So Retin A is the brand name of a vitamin A derivative called tretinoin. So you will hear me talk interchangeably about Retin A and tretinoin. So it's like saying Kleenex and tissues. So tissues are what the thing is and Kleenex is the brand name. So tretinoin is the active ingredient and Retin A is a brand name. Tretinoin has been FDA approved for use to treat acne since 1971, and it's been FDA approved to treat photoaging since 1995. So it has a long history of safe use. It is available by prescription only, which means that you can only get it by either calling, emailing, or seeing your doctor and asking for a prescription. Then you'll take your prescription over to your pharmacy and you'll get it filled. Now there are different varying strengths of tretinoin. They come in different vehicles. A vehicle is what you apply it to your face with. So some of them come in liquids, some of them come in gels. The vast majority of them come in creams. And even the creams are different. Some are more emollient, meaning they're more moisturizing. But the best way to figure out what is the best strength and the best vehicle for you is to consult with your doctor. Your doctor can recommend for you, based on your skin type, which type of cream you should be using. So when I went to my doctor to get my prescription, she recommended for me the generic tretinoin in the 0.05%, and that is what I started with. So like I said, tretinoin has been used since the 1970s to treat acne. And of course, older people get acne too. So way back then, when elderly people were using it for their acne, they discovered that it improved the aging symptoms of their skin. So it took quite a while from there for the information to trickle back to the scientists. But in 1986, there was a definitive study that was done on tretinoin for photo damaged skin in particular. So it was a controlled double-blind study, very scientific, and what it revealed was that tretinoin works. It works to thicken the epidermis, it works to grow new collagen, it works to reduce discolorations on the skin, and helps to make wrinkles, fine and coarse wrinkles, less visible and even out the skin tone. But they still weren't sure exactly how it worked or why it worked, how long you could use it for, what all the side effects were. So between 1986 and 2004, there were at least 15 more studies done. Most of those 15 studies that were done on the 0.05%. In general, the best results were seen between 6 and 12 months, so that it does take quite a while for it to work. But then there were other studies done to determine how long you could use it and if the results would continue. And they found out that yes, the results that you achieve within the first 6 to 12 months can be maintained over the long term. and they can be maintained even if you cut back. They didn't find that cutting back to only once a week maintain the results. It has to be like a minimum of 3 days a week. Now the side effects are peeling, burning, inflammation, irritation, and dryness. For a while there was some thought that perhaps that irritation was actually the mechanism for how it works, and that you really couldn't get to the results without going through the side effects first. So someone actually decided to study that. And the results of that study were that no, that is not the case. The irritation and the inflammation is actually bad for your skin, and that the product can work without it. So that's why a lot of doctors recommend the 0.02%, because you can use it long term, and most people have very little irritation, peeling, dryness, and redness and burning from it. It does tend to make the skin a little more photosensitive because it does thin the uppermost layer of the skin, the stratum corneum, which is just dead skin cells anyway. So as it sloughs off those dead skin cells, part of the purpose of that layer of the skin is sun protection. So as the stratum corneum gets thinner, then your skin naturally offers you less sun protection so that you can become more photosensitive. So it is very important to use sunscreen if you're going to use a prescription retinoid topical product. In my view, there is no reason to even start using it if you will not commit to using sunscreen every single day. I like to try to think of it this way. Let's say there's a magic marker stain on the paint on your wall, and you're standing there with a sponge trying to remove the magic marker stain. Would you do that at the same time that with your other hand you're drawing more magic marker stains on your wall? You wouldn't do that. The point is to remove the stain. And, you know, by not using sunscreen, you're just encouraging new production and new formation of age spots. So that's why it's really, really important to use sunscreen with it. I think it's very important to understand the anti-aging actives that you're going to use on your face. And the more that you understand the product, the better equipped you are going to be able to use it appropriately, and have it work for you. I feel like my skin is so much better than it used to be when I started. I mean, if you look at the videos from 2.5 years ago, my crow's feet were bigger, my under eye wrinkles were bigger, I had big age spots. I see just a huge difference in my skin. So it takes a while to understand it, but I was just trying to give you guys a little kind of condensed version of what Retin A is, why you might want to use it for anti-aging, and how I've been able to use it and why I love it. So that's the video for today, everybody. I, as always, thank you for your time. I really appreciate your watching. So have a great day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.